Here we go again then for another round of Grand Prix action. The conditions are just right to spice up the racing in this part of the world today, and we're all itching to get underway. With top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, few places can hope to touch Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in Formula One. Hard braking zones going into 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, well, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some close action.
We are here at Monza, ready for round 12 of ASR in F2. We're just waiting for those lights to come on now as the cutscene happens. Wait for everyone to load. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Let's lights out and away we go. We get off to a pretty good start, unlike the cars in front of us. And now we go on the inside of Formula Fish into turn 1. Manage to thread the needle through there. And now we go into turn 1. Zombie Hunter there, look, good contact with him. Berserk comes across us. And we get turned by someone behind us. And we're in the gravel with Master Berserk. And we have gone from 5th, what was it, to last position, only after turn 1. Well, I think it's going to go uphill from here, and now we'll just have to follow trail and watch the chaos happen in front of us, as we've already got a yellow flag heading into the second chicane. It's one of the Sailors, as we were distracted by the yellow flag and hit the sausage curb, and there was Big Will as well. We must go around the outside with him. Thankfully it wasn't. And now we head around Lesbian 2 into the first DRS zone straight. And now we've got green flags, so something happened behind with Big Willie. We just spun out or had a puncher probably. Now we head into a scouring and there's more yellow flags up here. Now we're going green again. And we made a complete bollocks of that and nearly crashed out already. That shows that shows all my driving skill actually, basically, and a lot of people will agree on that. Joe's still leading the race, and there's actually more chaos happening around the final corner. One of them was my teammate, and Brock does stuff and got Gecko as well. Now explain why I have an illegal overtake on Brock does stuff. He spun out. He has spun out around the last corner, trying to get back on the circuit. And then Cody said, nah, that's a legal overtake, actually we need to stop handling back through. I'm at turn 1 now, as we now get the 5 second, and it's a stop go penalty as well, not just a time penalty, so well done Codemasters. Anyway, we now continue on our charge as we go past Soapy's Thrusts for 12, and then we're now behind, 2 familiar drivers, iFence and My Pet Sonky Bro. They definitely didn't have history last week at Spa, they crashed twice within half a lap. And now I just hope I don't get caught up in their mess. There's now fences on the outside of Zonky Bro, and they haven't rivalry still continues, they make contact. Now I get into the battle with fence on the outside. However, there's a little bit of lag going on there. And I somehow set the fastest up of the race, I don't know why. Don't need asking that. Now we go around the outside of Fens and Zonky Bro, but there's yellow flags, so something happening up ahead. There's more contact going on here. And also the championship leader of Pepsi has spun around in the wall, and the last car of Big William the Sailor's also gone off as well. We now count on that later. We're now still behind Zonky Bro and still in front of the Williams of iFens. Now starting lap 6. And I try my best to do some late braking to try and gain a couple of attempts on him, but up here I broke a little bit too late and nearly ran into the back of him, and actually cost myself a couple of attempts doing that. So it was something I didn't want, and now I'm getting tucked behind by iFens. Only trying to not racing for him because I got that stupid penalty. On the same tyres, but mine are probably more road for going to the gravel as he goes up the inside of me. Goes straight on, side by side. He doesn't know I'm still on the outside, but manages to leave me room. The championship leader has given up for today. Actually got disqualified, I don't know why. But we now go around the outside. We're still around the outside. We managed to keep the position. It's unbelievable. Jeff goes and out to the strategy but I disagree with his alternate strategy. In fact, a safety car came out and I pitted for mediums, but I still had that penalty sort. Anyway, we're on the restart now, and we got a great restart and timed it brilliantly on Jetson F1, and now we're going side by side into turn 1. It's always into disaster, and there's more chaos going up in front with all-round cricketer in his first race back after a break, we should say. He's now up into P2 after starting from behind us as well. And Master Berserk, he's done a brilliant comeback as well up into the podium position. While IRL Aero, who was the race leader for the majority of the first race, is now in 5th position. And Berserk cuts the corner, we hit the back of Aero. Aussie Carlos goes sideways and our race was nearly over there. And then there was contact with Joe. Master Berserk now into P3. And I'm in P4, so that's a brilliant comeback from the two of us. But now we have front wing damage, and now we have to nurse it our entire stint. And now we head into a scour for the first time on the restart, and I really wasn't hoping not to go straight into the wall. In fact, I had to cut a corner, so I was too afraid to go off and let the position do on Joe. Who Joe now decides to perform the Penske dive bomb on Penske, and it actually doesn't sort of worked. He went up there, got the position, but forgot there's no track. So I managed to crisscross him and get up into P4, but it wasn't done yet, as with that bad run at the corner, Aussie Carlos now had to get a run on Joe, who is IR Aero, and I've been a sort of contact between the two of them there, and in fact it said Joe swirling for the chicane, Aussie Carlos into me. Luckily I didn't lose my reel, and it's just like an actual GP2 race with chaos everywhere. In fact, in the mirrors the banana car just goes spinning into the wall. I think that was Zombie Hunter. So it's actually like an F2 race where there's just carnage around every corner. Now coming to lap 14, IO Aero has got past us now, and now we have Brock does stuff behind. We have a little bit of history. Bahrain, he's come back on track and doesn't see me there, but luckily we'll be able to keep clean racing. In fact, I got a bad run out of that corner, so that'll give Brock a chance to have a go at me up into the first chicane. And he's got the run on me, he's got the DRS and the slipstream. He locks to the inside, but locks every wheel known to man going through the corner. I'm surprised he even made the corner, but we crisscross him, he spins into us, and we still keep the position. It's a mad restart here. Not even 4 laps in, or 5 laps into this restart, and there's already everything thrown at us here in Monza. More yellow flags going on, I don't know why. I think it's my teammate having a little spin a lap down. So now cut on to lap 16. Brock is still right behind us. We're now up to P3 because some of the pit stops, or the second pit stops, have happened, as Jetson F1 in the manor has crashed out halfway down the straight wall just on. No idea what happened there, and I'm too more focused on trying to defend off Brock does stuff. All round cricketer now leading from IO Aero, me and Brock. And Brock's got the run and the DRS. Goes to the outside, now the inside. There's more yellow flags. He goes to the inside, but really late break. There's more contact between us. He hits the sausage curb and actually got 2 wheels in the air on his screen. And man, it's just everything is just thrown at us today. And my tyres are just going off the edge now. Not sure how long I will defend off Brock does stuff, but we managed to get a bit of a gap on him now. And let's hope I can get everything in front of the second round of stops. But then you remember you have a 5-second stop go penalty for utter bullshit. So now we head into the pit lane now to get our second stop done. And we have to set that 5-second penalty. And there was the Mercedes of AOL Joe battling for the race lead, actually exiting his stop. Now you just wait. And now we get the second set of mediums on the car. 7.4 second stops. That could have been 1.4 second stop. And Brock goes past us, so I thought, okay, this is going to be like a boring stint to the flag now. But no, it wasn't, as there's 3 cars who were battling each other coming out of the pits, going down the straight as I was coming out of the pits, and now I got myself caught up there on the inside. Formula Fish who helped me make the corner actually, and luckily Berserk, Zombie Hunter and Formula Fish team managed to continue on with their battle, but Zombie Hunter had to make an extra stop and go onto the super softs actually. And Berserk just clawed on to try and get our podium spot back. And now we are right behind Formula Fisher team on lap 21 of 27. only just one more spot. We got a good run on him as Zombie Hunter comes in, but his turn to now to battle for P6. We get that spot off Formula Fish 13, but he goes in our slipstream and gets a helping hand from our DRS. Has a little look at the inside, but he's not up there far enough. And we try to defend him off now. Just trying our best. Get there, but we make a little mistake and loss of concentration there. Really need to start concentrating as he's right on our tail, as you see in the mirrors there. He has looked around inside. He almost took a stick, but contact between us forces us both through the chicane. And Cody's thinking, nah, that's an illegal overtake actually, you need to get the place back. Well done, Codemasters, well done. Sort out your penalty system. And anyway, as I went to record the clip, actually, Formula Fish 13 actually got a bad run out of that corner. And actually now, we got past him heading into the Scary. And now we have the advantage again, although he will have DRS. But he got a pretty good run out of that corner as well, and now he's right on our tail. Actually might have missed a gear, I think, going up there, because we managed to pull a little bit more of a gap. So around Cricketer, still leading the way from IRL Joe. Zerk there still holding P5, hoping for something to happen up front. And now we start that 23 or 27, 5 laps till the end. Now we're just seeing everything that's been throwing at us. And now Formula Fish looks to our inside. He looks to have got the spot turn, I leave him room. But exactly like Brock, just goes in too hard. And we get the crisscross on him. But it doesn't end as well as Brock, as there's contact between us. And Formula Fish ends off second best there in the world. And I gotta say, I don't know. Don't want to comment on it. But now we come on to the final lap. IO Aero or Joe takes the race win, and we come home with P4. So IO Aero to that race win around Cricketer, and his return down to him in second. Master Berserk, after being taken out with me, finishes in third. We finish in fourth. Zombie Hunter, he finished in P5, and finished in P6. I finished in 7th, and after that spin near the end of the race, or contact at the end of the race, Luke finished in P8. Ozzy Cardos finished in 9th, and Brock finished in 10th, who was actually battling in P3 or 4 actually, but there was a bit of contact happened and he got sent off into the wall. I think it was Zonky Pro maybe. But anyway, that's Monza down. We now head off to Singapore. See you guys in the next episode.